Illegal immigration by desperate people is now a big problem for Mexico's southern border. The U.S. president's election pledge to build the wall enraged Mexicans and some Americans. But there's a secret Mexico is keeping. Well-respected journalists in Chiapas, Mexico, told me there are walls blocking immigrants from entering the southern border of Mexico. It was too dangerous for me to see them firsthand. But when I asked the secretary of the southern border about these walls and if they will be expanded, he denied that they existed.
But it's not as simple, but no such wall exists. And there is no type of project to create any type of wall.
Reporters say they've seen walls with their own eyes, while the secretary says there are no walls being built at all. But the secretary and the director of Border Patrol did tell me they are receiving money from the U.S. for their southern border, as well as for infrastructure. But they didn't want to tell me what kind of infrastructure.
Do you mean infrastructure, for example, roads, or what other things? It's because, well, how do I explain this to you?
Government officials in Mexico say there won't be more of a wall built on the southern border, but even if there was, immigrants will always find an alternative route, like the ones around me. It's Mexico's problem now. Immigrants who've crossed from the south, those who are afraid to cross into America, or those who have been deported back to Mexico, are now stuck in detention centers. Even though these centers are supposed to be safe havens for immigrants, they're anything but.
It's a place where the food is horrible. We were mistreated in many occasions by the immigration officials here in Mexico.
Since the U.S. presidential election, immigration problems in Mexico have worsened due to immigrants being afraid to enter America. The Merida Initiative, which gives Mexico $350 million, is to help fight crime and support human rights, but also to beef up their southern border.
Sí, lo ideal sería que sigamos colaborando los dos países, ya que Estados Unidos tiene una gran
The idea would be that both countries would continue collaborating. Now, the U.S. has great capability and technological knowledge, and whatever means they can help us, it will allow us to have enormous control, right? But I couldn't give the exact data of the money I think we've received.
Any wall built along the southern border will have a lot to do with the political climate in America.
I think they'll probably do something more physical as time goes on, but I think it also is going to depend an awful lot on Donald Trump.
Immigrants and Mexico both have big problems. While immigrants are trying to flee persecution in their own countries, Mexico is trying to get a hold of their immigration issues on both sides of the border. Reporting from Chiapas, Mexico, I'm Nicole Clements.